It is going by fast. We'll be going over costs on everything. Each individual building. You think they're doing a good job?
Yep.
The good thing is they don't need it anymore today. There you are again, man. You are a ham. Don't drop that one, it'll break. Today marks 2 weeks that the Amish came and started framing these buildings. The concrete was done in 1 day, and then there was a partial day for forming and pad preparation. In a moment here, I'll show you how far they've gotten on the shop. They're not quite done, but it's getting buttoned up pretty quickly. AC guys. I will say this, I like his work, but I really wish he would have just pulled this out a little bit. The wind is gonna make it a little bit more fun today. Let's go visit the shop up here. So like I said, this is 2 full weeks in. They've hit some roadblocks here and there. A couple things with being short on material or making an error and needing to order some more. Pretty darn happy with this. They're gonna correct a trim piece that got messed up there. You notice there's no door here yet. They just skinned over it so they could put the metal on it, but they didn't screw it all the way down. They have the doors today. They did insulate the roof. That was unnecessary given that this space is not enclosed. But hey, it doesn't hurt. If I ever were to enclose this, it's ready to go. Now let's take a look inside the building. This is 2 weeks in. They owe me some hurricane straps up there. He ordered accidentally half. It's really cool to see how light this is with the doors open and no electricity, because it'll be really great to be able to open up both doors and be able to see just fine once we're in the building. Now another Amish crew is gonna come in and put the overhead doors in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go split a little bit of firewood, put a little bit of fuel through that split fire machine, and then we'll come back and see how much they've done on the garage over there. Their goal is to get that completely framed today. Tomorrow we have good weather minus the wind, but they have things to do personally. They have some chicken farms. He has a 10,000 hen laying house, and then the brother needs to do something, so they won't be here tomorrow, which is unfortunate because that is the only day this week that isn't going to rain besides today. This space is going to be a game changer. What would you use it for? I'm thinking about, well, I'm going to for sure put my S10 in here. I'll kind of like come in there and back in here. I'll have a walk-through door in here. My tractor may end up in here. My trailer may end up in here. But I also may just put the tractor inside the shop, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because my tractor was more expensive than either of my 2 Toyota vehicles, my Tacoma or my 4Runner, which really puts into perspective how expensive it is to purchase a new tractor. Now, both of my Toyotas were purchased used, but still, I spent more money on a tractor than I did on the 2 vehicles that we use every day. Well, almost every day. These Amish are high rollers. Look at that bad boy. Y'all know what that is? I think we're gonna have another good bunch of lumber again. I love seeing the trusses show up same day as the rest of the material. Those are much smaller than they were up there. Remember, that's a 60 by 40. This is 24 feet across here, 30 feet there. We're pitching the roof this way. Same pitch as this, 512. And don't forget that once the project's done, I will be going over costs on everything. Each individual building. 24 by 30 2-car garage or a 60 by 40 shop. With all the things I've got going on, wood has not been the priority, but I really do need to get some wood done. I also need to find some more pallets, but I also need to clear some wood out of here to put more pallets down. I'm really needing to build some bins back there. I don't know what it is about these companies, but they just can't make a perfect product. Well, I guess my mind was originally thinking about the Chinese companies, but I originally had some 3M earmuffs that I used, and I liked them fairly well, but they actually failed pretty quickly. They hadn't put USB-C on them, and ultimately the little support piece broke. You could buy the parts for 3M, but they were very expensive, and so it was like, yeah, I'm not going to spend the money on that. That was dumb. I'm excited to see how far the Amish get next time I check on them. Talking about those 3M ear protectors, the audio quality wasn't very good. I don't listen to music all the time, but sometimes I like to. Audio quality wasn't the best. Pro here sent to me a pair of theirs, and I think the audio quality was, was better. Wasn't stellar, but the problem is they were uncomfortable because my head's too big. For a person with a smaller head, it would have been no problem. I squeezed my head a little bit. Now, of course, they function and they do what they're supposed to do, but with a hat on or anything like that, I found them slightly uncomfortable for me. Now, those guys reached out to me on Instagram, wanted to send me another pair, and I'm like, you guys have already sent me a pair. And then I said, listen, you guys need something bigger, more comfortable. So they sent me the ones I have on my head now. Now I talked about why can't a company make them perfect? Because these are not perfect. I know that it's hard to do everything 100% right. What they got right was the audio quality's good, and they fit on a much larger head. But the ear, there's a sharp spot on the ear on the inside. Well, Again, because my ears might be large, my head is large, it may not impact anyone other than me. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This edge in here, it's cool that these are removable, but the edge in here is sharp. And if I take a little bit of fine sandpaper and just scratch that down, it'll be fine. First time I put them on, I'm like, what the heck? But I was talking about making an imperfect product. I'll show you on these. These can go all the way down past. Look how much adjustability there are. They almost got it right. Where these, just that's as tall as they get. So, I mean, it was fine, but it was at the maximum extension. And so if my hair was a little longer, or if I was wearing like a beanie or something, or a soft hat, these would have been too tight. I'm gonna get some more wood split and then we'll go check on the building progress. I split just a little bit of wood. We're gonna go check on how the Amish are doing, but I had to go ahead and put another pallet here. Since the splitter's here and my wood's here, I just wanted to keep throwing that way. It's easier to throw that way than it is behind me. Let's go see what we got going on over there. I haven't been out, I haven't even ran a single tank through that splitter yet. Maybe even, not even half, maybe like a third or a quarter. Let's go check on some progress. Oh boy, that building's looking pretty large. Oh yeah. Looking great. Oh my gosh, guys. Thing's flying up.
What's that?
It's going up quick, man.
We're kind of slow at it, but it's getting there.
Yeah? What's going on?
I think the trigger went out on it, I think.
The what?
The trigger.
The trigger?
Yeah.
Do you guys want another miter saw? I can bring mine out. It's a 12-inch slider.
Okay. I mean, the light is on it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So you know everything's working, but just...
So look at this, everyone. We've got a building in our backyard that was a hill before. I'm gonna try to troubleshoot this for them. See if we can find continuity through the switch. The good thing is they don't need it anymore today. So this is about a year old. This is actually the second failure they've had. They had a nail gun go bad too. That was due to dropping. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check continuity across, see if power is actually leaving once it. So we got 20 volts across here. It's very strange how this is set up. $20 volts, 20 volts, 17 volts I should say, 20 volts. once I opened up that switch, it wasn't exactly clear how the wiring worked on it. You had basically 2 heavy gauge wires coming in and 2 really light gauge wires going out. I was able to get voltage across a couple, but there was also high resistance. So I wasn't able to find that the switch would go open or closed. Again, I don't understand the wiring diagram on that one, but I would suspect the switch just failed. There is battery power going to it, over 20 volts. It's funny, actually. I actually was just thinking about this. This tool is 9 years old. I need to send this in for the lifetime service agreement. Really, all that's wrong with it, well, there's 2 things. Everything works fine. The chuck is toast, which is just a Jacobson chuck, and then the little threaded brass insert pulled out of here, and I want that back because I hang the drill like that. But I've had pretty good usage. Now keep in mind, I'm not a professional. These oftentimes go weeks and months without being used, and I've got multiple drills. This right here though, this just made it unusable. I've tried to clean it up and do all sorts of things, and it's just something wrong with the chuck.
All right.
Dude, I love that impact, man. It's just so quiet. Man, I went and write the check, and there they are putting the wall up already. I've probably only made $100 in firewood, and you guys have built an entire building. Oh, look at that. Huh. It's a plastic sill plate. Kind of like that, I think, maybe. I'm so far zoomed out I couldn't see it at first. Gonna get back to some wood splitting for now. They're gonna be setting trusses before too long, but I think it'll probably be done not this week but next week. And the reason why, well, it all depends on the weather next week. They're gonna be here Friday because there's supposed to be way less chance of rain, and then hopefully they'll be able to come out the next Monday. I bet you they'll be here at least until Wednesday of next week. We're throwing on the piles here. I'm also thinking about going to a model where we fill up people's pickup trucks rather than delivering. If I could get to the point where I'm not having to deliver wood, that is the best case scenario for me. It's just time consuming. And I really, again, don't want to stack. A bin would be good along here. The only thing is if you do have customers come and pick up, you won't be able to sell a quantity, right? Like, so a full rick. So it wouldn't be bad to line up a whole bunch of T-posts in here, and we could stack the wood that way. So that way we know how much we have. You know, this firewood thing, everyone does it differently. And I'm just trying to kind of figure it out because I've not been a long time firewood seller. And I really wanted to do bundles primarily. But right now what we're doing is we're kind of ramping up our stock so we can have plenty of dry wood. I didn't want to reach out to the local RV parks and all that because I wasn't confident I would have enough to supply them with. So this stack right here, or this pile, represents a potential, the potential ability to feel confident that I have enough material for those places. I'm itching to get cutting on all this, but I've got the buildings to work on too. So I just don't know how to separate my time or how to use my time the wisest. Of course, spending a lot of money on the buildings, so those need to get wrapped up as soon as possible to make them as useful as possible. I have things like lighting, well, electrical, lighting, some framing to do, getting my area set up. I'm probably going to be in the shed a little longer. I made a video saying that This will probably be like one of the last videos you see. I may have to use mine a little bit longer, the little shed, but I'll start shifting focus. I don't want to move in hurriedly and then regret getting it done too quick and not thinking it through. There's a lot of guys around here that are happy to deliver wood, so I'm almost okay with the idea of working with some other firewood sellers. You know, of course, that would cut down on my return a little bit, but if I don't have to leave the property, that would be the best case scenario for me. Especially the fact that I don't have a dump trailer yet. I also want to show kind of what I'm thinking about doing over here. I like having this burn pile available because there's always brush to burn, and this is away from anything that could get hurt with fire. No structures over here. Nice clear opening. So I'm thinking I want to bring a path maybe in through here somehow that we can drive a truck and trailer through, and maybe stack on T-posts, with T-posts I should say, a whole bunch of ricks or something. I think I could probably get away with the honor system on, you know, pay for a rick, come and hand load it yourself. This is how much it is. Here's a box, here's Venmo, here's Apple Pay, whatever. I think that could work out. What I'd really like to do is have 50 more totes, or even 100. That oak tree just had a top break out of it this last windstorm we had. I haven't been over here to look at that yet, which is good because I knew that was gonna need to come out. I have a green mark on it, and now getting that stem down without tearing up all the other trees is way better. You know, it's really cool when nature solves a problem for you. Now that the top's down on the ground, the stem becomes way easier to get on the ground, and that thing is hollow. Oh man, look at all the bagworms on that cherry tree. That operation's looking more and more impressive with each passing day where I spend a little bit of time out here. I'm also really excited about the saw that I've mentioned in one of the last videos that's coming. I haven't yet revealed what it is. I'm pretty excited about it. Like I said, it's not what you think. Another project I have coming pretty quick is I'm gonna get all this sawmilled lumber, go through it once they get the hurricane straps done, and I make sure there's no nails or screws on the ground anymore. I'm gonna put all my good material in the building. I should be able to remove the stickers from it, stack it up nicely, so that way I can start making use of it. Clean up the yard a little bit. So crazy to think while I'm doing this, I'm going to look over there and a building is going to be there. Forgot she asked me for a hat. I stopped splitting because I was supposed to get Tina a hat and I didn't. And I remembered like 45 minutes later. So anyway, I went and grabbed her a hat. And then I came over here and, well, they are basically getting it done. Baby, did you find that channel, Iowa Organic Farmer?
Yeah, actually, there's 2 of them out.
Okay.
One's name is Willie.
I'm gonna try to find another channel that this Danny has built. No, not built. Built a, how big was the building?
It was 55 by 200.
55 by 200. You have concrete in it? No. Just pole barn? Was the ground softer than out here?
Yeah, a lot. It actually rained like 4 or 5 inches. You should have seen the mud and the
Really?
and the telehandler we had. It was just covered in mud.
I bet. I bet.
We had a lot of fun.
Man, that's a good board right there.
Yeah.
That's that Amish wood. Oh, it's bowed and it's dog leg. And it's split. Man, I am so thrilled with the placement on that. It's so cool. We're gonna be able to drive up through here, go around there. Pretty neat, huh, bud?
Oh yeah. This is going by fast.
It is going by fast.
And they're building in just the amount of quality as the shop.
Yeah, it is nice, huh?
Yeah.
You think they're doing a good job?
Yep.
They're doing a killer job. There you are again, man. You are a ham. Don't drop that one, it'll break.
Brand new.
Brand new, I know. Yeah, your boss likes new tools, I've noticed. He's got those titanium hammers.
I don't need that fancy equipment. I'm just a little guy.
I told him that's our kind of hammer left on the drawer.
And this is a good place for it.
Honey, look at these beauties. I made the right call. The black on black, it's so pretty.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, we don't
Wish
have to
we
paint
would
them.
have done that.
No. Well, you know what?
You know what?
On our front door,
should
when we
just
replace
order
it,
these.
when we replace our front door, we're just going to order it the color we want. Pay it extra for it and be done with it, right?
Yes.
In fact, we might even do that on that rear door too. Your beautiful 4Runner is going to have a home now. My wife's favorite vehicle ever is that 4Runner, right? There's nothing else that you have wanted.
Nope.
That color, that configuration, everything about it's perfect. And now we can finally protect it in the garage.
It'll be so nice to not worry when we have storms and hail and,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah,
worry
100%.
about a limb or tree falling on it.
Well, just even the pine straw,
Pine-
right? Even
Well,
the pine
no,
straw and
I
the
meant-
pine
okay,
sap.
Yeah, pine straw, but then pine sap.
Yeah.
It's hard to clean, you know,
Yes.
hard to clean off.
Yes.
So
So are you taking that garage door, the one on the left or the one on the right?
I think the one on the left.
You think you want the left one? I think that's fair because the
Yeah,
Tacoma is going to
okay.
primarily be used less.
Reason being is when I open the trunk, take the groceries out, it'll be closer to the house.
Are you going to back in or are you going to pull in?
I want to back in, but we'll have to see
How it works?
once we have, you know,
Yeah.
shelving and stuff in there.
Where
what I need to
everything
do.
goes? Okay.
If I don't have to open the trunk, I'll back in for sure.
Okay.
If I do, I might just pull straight in.
Okay. We'll see. We're planning on putting a storm shelter in there as well, right in that back corner inside. Man, it's windy. Of course. I just found out that these guys built a building in Iowa, and there's actually a YouTube video about it. And one of the things I saw in that video was that it was super windy. Well, we've got wind here today as well.
Massive ladder for the middle. Like hold the middle.
I think you're going to be impressed with how this goes.
Okay, now. These roll? That's what it's called? I'll say it's bound to hard because it's not, no. Busy man. Hey, jump, Frank. Hey, below me. Tell me what bit.
I don't know if you're serious or not.
We ain't actually not.
We do a lot of joking. Oh, that's the car.
He told me.
We're not going a mile on this thing now.
I'm a 5'8".
Only 5'8".
Yeah, sir.
I've said it before, but we are going to be bummed out when these guys are gone. Too funny, man. They're working through some difficulties with the pad being out of square slightly and just hanging over. Now, this building is getting soffits. They did forget that when ordering the trusses. So they're going to extend these, which is going to be totally fine. Definitely getting a lot of comments on the short form content about the concrete will crack, the ground wasn't settled, you could roll over it with a D9, it's still no good. We're going to find out with time, of course, but I really don't have much of a concern. But if it does, likely you'll see it here on the Okie Woodsman channel. The garage is set up in a way where this could fit a lifted 1-ton truck with a long bed. Might be just a hair tight, especially if it had ball hitch left on the back of it, but we are 24 feet deep. Now, I may not be factoring in the base plate, so a long bed may not fit, but the shorter bed, like what's been on site here, that F350, that would fit, because that shows like 21 feet or so. The height of the opening is 8 foot. So we are 10 foot wide by 8 foot tall. Our current 4Runner is lifted with a roof rack on it, so I think a standard garage door could have potentially been an issue. The roll-up doors and the walk-through doors are all color matched. I just ordered black right up front. I didn't want stark white doors right from the get-go. Pretty exciting to see all of this development going. My kids will remember this for their entire life because they're an age where they will not forget this. Had we done it 5-6 years ago, they would probably remember little pieces of it. If they watched the video, they'd say, oh yeah, I kind of briefly remember that. But in this circumstance here, they're making their own memories watching this happen. It's pretty inspirational seeing a structure like this be built so quickly in one day. They left their home around 6:30 a.m. and we did not see them until about 9 a.m. But they were picking up the trusses and the rest of the lumber. I'm also intending on using these guys for our home addition. I don't know if I've said very much about that, but we are doing a small addition on the outside of the home. That's going to be coming at a later date. They have other work to do, and plus I need to prep for that. I may end up sourcing my own concrete from somewhere else, getting the pad ready, because that will have footings. That will not be a thickened edge like we did on the garage and the shop. I'd like to get down somewhere around 14 to 18 inches for footings. That's pretty standard here, an 18 inch to a 24 inch footing. That ground is very, very solid where the house is currently sitting. I would be capable of digging that with the backhoe, then have a concrete company come out and form it and pour it. That could probably be done monolithically, footings and the slab all poured at once. One of our primary goals with all these projects is to no longer have anything laying around anywhere on the property. Outside with lumber, tools, anything like that. I want to have things wrapped up and tidy. The same goes for the inside of each building. I'm going to be organizing extensively in each of the work areas, so make sure you follow along for that. My intention is to have a woodworking zone, place to weld, of course the saw shop. There's also going to be a bike shop area. My kids are highly interested in that, and that actually is similar to myself because in the past I used to work on bicycles quite a bit, not only for myself but for some local people in the area as well. We're going to be picking up cycling here. I think it's going to be a great family activity, and I know that I need it physically and mentally. Something my wife and I enjoyed prior to having children. It's just time, guys. It's time to do it again because, well, my kids are older, they're interested in it, and we need family time together. Super, super happy with the choice that we made with the Amish here. This particular crew, just because they're Amish doesn't mean it's going to be good work, but it's just absolutely awesome. You guys are doing so great.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Kind of slow, but it's going.
Oh, it's not going slow, man. It looks awesome. Crazy to stand here in a garage that was not here this morning. I started off earlier saying that I went and split $100 worth of firewood and then a building popped out. Well, that's kind of what happened. Now, I like building, but this was just so incredibly efficient that it makes a lot of sense to hire something out like this because the quality and you know they know what they're doing in terms of making everything work out. Now that I've seen them do it though, I could do a lot of this because I know how they set this up, but I'm so glad that they're doing it instead of me. Make sure you follow along if you want to see more of this project being done. Like I said, we will be discussing costs later, and I think you're going to like what we do with the inside of these buildings. It feels totally wild to have a building back here where we once simply had a slope and no real good purpose for the property. Isn't this amazing, son?
It's amazing.
It's absolutely cool.
They're doing a great job.
They are. Now we have to figure out how we're going to transition into this area. I have a few ideas. I want to make this useful outdoor space. I'm thinking along the lines of making this an area that is tick-free, something that you can come out here, maybe barefoot for my wife or my kids, you know, so maybe a deck, concrete. I don't want it to just be gravel. I'm thinking about an area that we'd be able to use as an outdoor space, like almost like hardscaped. I don't even know if that's the right terminology. I'd love to hear your comments down below. What kind of ideas would make this better? Thank you for watching the Okie Woodsman channel, and we'll see you on the next one.
It's a corded desk phone.
Yeah.
Corded desk phone.
That's awesome, dude.